Tiny brats. Lolo cat finds a terrifying snake about to eat a trembling, teary-eyed duckling. Deciding to save it, Lolo cat quietly jumps onto a branch, shaking it to distract the snake. Gripping the trunk, it waits as the snake licks up, then pounces, grabs the duckling, and flees. The angry snake chases, but Lolo cat slips through bushes, escaping with the duckling. Finally, it brings the duckling home, and they become best friends. Lolo cat decides to go to the pasture. After stopping the cow, Lolo cat proudly rides it home. It knocks the cow out with a small stick and carefully cuts off a piece of beef. Then, in the kitchen, it fries the beef, sprinkling salt and pepper. Finally, Lolo cat sits at a normal-sized dining table, eating a beautifully plated steak. Hamster chef is unexpectedly drawn into the squid game. The giant popper girl shouts, "Red light, green light." It looks up at the distant puppet, nervously preparing to move. Around it, contestants are swiftly eliminated by lasers, the scene tense. But it relies on agility and calm to approach the finish line. At the last moment, it passing the challenge, tense yet relieved. Lolo cat decides to make a grilled shrimp feast. It waits patiently, jumps with excitement when a big shrimp is caught, and takes it home to wash. Season with salt and pepper and grill on a small rack in the mini kitchen. The shrimp comes out golden and crispy, filling the air with aroma, and Lolo cat happily enjoys it. Hamster chef decided to make char siu rice. He went to the meat market. Next, he cut the pork into small pieces, marinated it with soy sauce, honey, and 5-spice powder, and placed it in a mini oven to roast until fragrant and golden. Meanwhile, he cooked white rice in a small pot, the aroma wafting through the air. Hamster chef sliced char siu, laid it over the steamy rice. Finally, hamster chef happily enjoying his tasty masterpiece. On a beautiful day, Lolo cat selects cheese at the supermarket. Lolo cat kneading dough into a round base with focus. It spreads tomato sauce, sprinkles cheese. Lolo cat fetches pineapple chunks and ham slices, carefully placing them. Lolo cat opens the oven door with anticipation, taking a big bite of the pizza, cheese stretching as it happily squints. Hamster chef decides to make a cheesecake. It gathering cracker crumbs, cream cheese, and mixes the cheese batter into a mold. The golden, crispy cheesecake comes out, filling the air with aroma. Hamster chef checks it, sneaks a taste of the batter, and nods happily. It cuts the cake, splits it, and sits down to enjoy its delicious creation with delight. Lolo cat gets caught in the squid game's red light, green light. The giant doll shouts, "Red light, green light," and Lolo cat looks up nervously. It steps forward with short legs, focused and breathless. As lasers eliminate others, Lolo cat glances back in panic, but stays agile and calm, nearing the finish. It strikes a perfect red light pose, passing with a tense, relieved look. Lolo cat decided to make a golden steak. It rode a small motorcycle, excitedly heading to the meat stall, and picked a prime steak there. Lolo cat carefully patted the steak, sprinkled it with salt and pepper, then fried it until golden and aromatic. Lolo cat delicately wrapped the steak in gold foil, making a shimmer. Lolo cat took a bite of his homemade luxurious steak and smiled happily. Hamster chef rides a squeaky motorcycle to a milk tea shop and orders a pearl milk tea, exclaiming, "So delicious," after a sip. Back home, it brews black tea with milk. Kneads tapioca flour into pearls. Boils them until chewy and transparent. Then mixes them with brown sugar syrup and adds them to the milk tea. Taking a sip, it nods with satisfaction, smiling proudly, feeling like a genius chef. A man coldly abandoned a kitten on a deserted island and sailed away alone. The kitten stood on the beach, bewildered, watching the boat fade into the distance. Just then, a hamster rode by and bravely came to the rescue. It fed the kitten from its supplies and caught a wild chicken. At night, the hamster built a campfire and roasted chicken wings. Finally, the hamster took the kitten on his boat, leaving the island for home. A hamster from a seaside town rowed out in a wooden boat with his tiny fishing rod. It caught a small fish, but a fierce shark surged up, lunged at the boat.
Oh no!
And made it wobble as the hamster screamed.
Oh no!
Just in time, a stray puppy swam from shore, bit the shark's tail, and drove it away, saving the hamster. Back on shore, the grateful hamster grilled the fish and shared it with the stray puppy. The little hamster decides to make a katsu danbori. In a mini kitchen, it coats it in flour, egg, and breadcrumbs, fries it in a hot oil pot, and adds a sizzled Japanese egg. Then bites, crunch echoing, savoring as and bliss. The hungry hamster decided to make ramen in its mini kitchen. It mixed flour and egg and water into a soft dough, then rolled and cut it into fine noodles. As the water boiled, it cooked the noodles and finally enjoyed its tasty ramen. A little cat named Lolo wanted to make steamed buns. One morning, in its tiny kitchen, it kneaded dough with warm water, mixed a filling of pork, onions, soy sauce, and salt. Rolled the dough into skins. Wrapped the filling into buns and steamed them for 15 minutes. When the hot buns were done, Lolo Cat took a bite, meowed happily, and felt proud. Little Lolo Cat deciding to make pasta. It boils water with salt, fries garlic, adds butter, tomato sauce, and milk for sauce. Lolo Cat mixes it, adds cheese and basil, and eats happily at the mini table. Halfway, it shares some with a thin stray cat outside. Lolo Cat decided to fly abroad to buy tasty snacks. It packed a red backpack with pocket money, eagerly headed to the airport, past security, and gazed at clouds from the plane window. After landing, it hurried to a foreign shop, grabbed some fish snacks, and flew back home, munching happily. Once home, it kindly shared the snacks with a gray stray cat, savoring a joyful moment together. Hamster Chef went to the cinema and bought popcorn, eating it while watching the movie, finding it delicious. Back home, it studied a recipe to make popcorn and went to the store to buy corn. Sprinkled sugar on the popcorn, and the aroma filled the air. After finishing, Hamster Chef gave it to a stray cat on the street, watching the cat eat with satisfaction. Lolo Cat makes a chocolate cake, flour, cocoa, sugar, and eggs. It stirs the batter, splashing cocoa on its fur, and sneaks a lick. After pouring it into a mini mold and baking it, Lolo Cat watches it rise. Once done, it decorates with cream and sprinkles, then shares it with a stray kitten in the mini yard for its birthday, cutting a warm slice. Lolo cat decided to make fried rice. It ran to the garden to dig up carrots and picked two fresh eggs from the farm's chicken coop. Back in the kitchen, the kitten fried the eggs until golden. Added leftover rice to stir fry until fragrant. When the fried rice was ready, Lolo cat meowed happily, holding the steaming dish. Finally, it sat at a small table, eating the fried rice with a spoon. A stray cat curled up in a corner. He mustered up the courage to take a roast and wanted to give it to the cat he liked, but she refused him coldly. "You can't even afford a decent dinner." She left with a rich cat in a suit. The stray cat was discouraged, but he met a gentle cat on the street. After that, he met the love of his life. She did not despise him, but encouraged him to pursue his dreams. The stray cat made up his mind, worked hard, and studied, and eventually became the chef of a restaurant. He also participated in the international culinary competition and won the world championship. On Valentine's Day a year later, the stray cat wore a neat chef's uniform and brought out the dessert he made by himself, and the gentle cat took it with a smile. Outside the window, the cat who once looked down on him saw his radiant appearance and regretted it. The stray cat and the gentle cat smiled at each other and spent this special night happily. In the early morning, the stray cat gathered fresh potatoes, skillfully chopping potato and beef. After that simmering, a rich curry aroma gradually filled the air. Stray cat contentedly enjoyed his homemade curry. A giant stray orange cat with a deep passion for gourmet food decided one day to cook a delicious pork chop. The stray orange cat went to the market to buy ingredients. Then, it arrived at the pigsty, gently tapped a pig with a stick, and brought it back to his own kitchen. With skilled precision, the cat sliced the pork into thin pieces, preparing them for frying, as the meat sizzled in the pan, turning golden brown. Finally, it sat down, fully satisfied, and indulged in the meal it had lovingly prepared. A hamster is on its way to the mall and wants to buy today's ingredients. He chose the oatmeal he liked and immediately cooked the oatmeal when he got home. While eating, he also showed a satisfied smile. Another day in the life of a little hamster, he's kneading dough wanting to make a pizza. Two hamsters are discussing the pizza making process. The pizza is being heated and baked. The little hamster is taking the pizza out. The little hamster smiles happily and contentedly. A hamster gazed at the stars from the kitchen, dreaming of space adventures. It built its first spaceship in the backyard with wood and metal, but it exploded during testing. Undeterred despite the setback, it crafted an improved spaceship with new materials and successfully launched, floating in space. The hamster looked at Earth and the stars with joy, fulfilling its dream. A hamster hides in an abandoned kitchen. It stands on the counter, warily staring at the zombie figures wandering outside the window. Zombies crash through the glass outside, and the hamster immediately runs for the back door. The hamster rushes onto the street, surrounded by burning cars and collapsed buildings. It hides in a trash can to avoid being found by zombies. It drives off at full speed towards safety. A hamster with a checkered apron stands at the sushi shop door, ready to start work. It cuts salmon in the kitchen, preparing ingredients with focus, then rolls sushi on a bamboo mat, smiling. Next, it serves the sushi to a customer, earning a satisfied nod. After work, the hamster sits on the steps outside, eating its own sushi, looking content. A hamster prepares to make perfect croissants, starting with the ingredients and kneading the dough with tiny paws to ensure softness and elasticity. It places them in a mini oven, then presents the golden croissants at a competition. Finally, it raises the championship trophy on the podium, celebrating its victory and shining at the center of attention. A drenched kitten clings to a broken plank, drifting on the blue sea. A hamster on a small wooden boat spots it, urgently rowing over, reaching to pull the panicked kitten aboard, saving it. The boat reaches shore, and they step onto golden sand. Waves lapping gently as the setting sun frames flying seagulls. The hamster pulls out mini cookware, lights a stove, and prepares the golden sweet omelet. The king licks its lips curiously, accepting the fresh dish. At sunset, they sit side by side on the beach, savoring the meal with satisfied smiles. A hamster grills chicken skewers at a mini night market. Business booming with irresistible aromas. Many customers come to buy his grilled chicken skewers. It often shares skewers with stray cats, earning their affection. One day, while crossing the street, a speeding car nearly hits the hamster. This car is driving too fast. In a flash, a stray cat irregularly feet leaps forward, pushing it to safety and saving its life. Shaken but grateful, the hamster notices the cat's injured leg and gently bandages it. From then on, the hamster and the brave cat become inseparable friends, sharing warm moments and skewers at the night market. Thanks for watching.